What's poppin', everybody? This is the cartoon kid, Ray Rawlins, and today we're doing another episode of It's Pony, and this time we're talking about I guess you could say, newer released episode of It's Pony called The Boot. Now, Mr. Alex Payne, you know what the deal is, man. Hit us with that episode breakdown before we start breaking it down.
Well, because of a half-baked plan from Pony, or a half-baked idea, if you will, to have fun, Annie loses one of her boots to the stomach of a bear on the day they're gonna have her and her family are gonna have their calendar shoot. So she basically goes to the mall and tries to find a way to get another pair of boots so she can make it back and take the picture and basically make her parents proud. Now, I have to mention as my first thought, and I noticed this in the last episode, and I guess I noticed in general, some of these characters are drawn very weird. They look kind of weird. I noticed it
Without a
with
doubt,
friggin'
yeah.
Beatrice specifically in this episode. Like she looks very strange when you really think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Well, a good
like she,
majority of the characters do.
and Annie's mom. I don't know what to say happening with her. She kind of sounds like British, but I don't think so. Like she sounds like she has this weird accent. She
Yeah.
looks like a friggin' Indian, but I don't even know what's
That
happening with that. And why are their
the
noses
kids
a different color
and
than the freaking faces?
no, yeah, right. The freaking noses are the main thing, and I pointed out in one of the reviews that we did. Like the noses are freaking weird as hell. They look like freaking big old circles on their face.
They
And
look like
I didn't mention,
they look like areolas on their face,
yeah. We
just without the
tripping on the
nipple.
fucking design style, man. Freaking shitting all over it. I gotta say, man, Pony, that man loves living on the edge. Okay, he loves living on the edge, and the whole thing with this episode is, in my personal opinion, I guess this is somewhat review territory, but it's just like, man, are you guys really trying to paint Pony as like the dumb guy here? I mean, in this episode specifically, yeah, I suppose, but they're really trying to paint Pony as a big dummy. Like his plans can't be trusted. He doesn't. He pretty much is getting, I guess you could say, I want to say the OG Patrick treatment from SpongeBob, but it's just like Pony in this episode, like I said, is just painted as a big dummy, and I don't know if I'm necessarily liking that at all. I mean, it adds for some comedic moments, sure, but it's just like, I don't know if I'm feeling it.
I mean, I
But
don't think they're making them look any worse than they normally do. Because I think the whole idea for this episode was Annie wasn't letting him think about it fully. She would always interrupt him, and that's
true.
how he was
Oh,
getting.
good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. See. I guess we can get into moments right here. One of the moments that really, I guess, stood out to me that I kind of necessarily didn't like was when he was knocking on the window and he was asking the guy about the
I thought that was
the boots and
hilarious,
whatnot. And it kind of was, but it was
especially
like
that
that
big
joke.
fight they got in.
Yeah, now that part was funny. Like that whole joke, I feel like it's been done before, especially in Nickelodeon cartoons. But it's just like, I do like the whole freaking. Was that guy Indian behind there? Yeah, right. He kind of had the
Listen,
accent. He had the Apu voice.
listen, who even knows anymore with these characters?
But listen, I like how he ended up chasing after Pony. Like Pony, he's supposed to be a horse, okay? And yeah, I know ponies are a different, aren't supposed to be the strongest brand of horse. Like there are no freaking Clydesdales. But why is this freaking pony running from this? I mean, granted, it's cartoon logic. You're supposed to make it comedic and funny. But if I was a pony, I would freaking kick the hell out of him with my hooves. Okay, I would, bah, freaking send that motherfucker flying. That's just me. But it's just like, it's something interesting. Something funny. Like you said, the whole little fight scene. I guess if you want to call it that, was kind of funny between those two. But that was just a fleeting thought that crossed my mind during that little scene. I suppose you can continue on with your moments if you have any.
Well, you just mentioned my main one, the friggin' uh I don't know why. I thought the bear part was kind of funny. At least the first time. I
No,
thought
it
that was kind
definitely
of.
was. Pony was like, "Here, give me your boot." Whoop. And then he just flung that motherfucker down there, and the bear just ate that motherfucker. And he was so gonna throw the other one down there. No, Pony.
You know what that made me think of too? That made me think of the
What?
friggin' first episode of Infinity Train when that friggin' flying roach dog thing was chasing Tulip, and she threw the friggin' block she made at it, and it just bounced off his head and it kept coming. It's like, it's like when these
No.
cartoon characters can learn, throwing something at something doesn't work.
Yeah, you see that happen in a lot of shows, though. I'm sure it happened in Courage too a few times. Oh no, it did. With the spider, I think, right? When he was tied up at the Bates Motel, I think he tried to throw something at the spider, and then he pulled out this big old flamethrower. We're just freaking talking about cartoons, man. That's what we do when we do it daily, man. But if you got any other moments?
Not that I could recall ATM, as you will. I feel like this is another episode where it's like I enjoyed the episode as a whole more so than could mention specific moments.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. The ending though, I thought was pretty hilarious. Like Pony finally came up with a game-winning plan, which I guess you can say redeems him at the end. And Annie, obviously, she's at the freaking photo spot with her family, and she's not freaking letting them know that, oh hey, I lost my boot. So Pony comes in, saves the day, tosses her the boot and whatnot, and she's able to take the picture. And it's crazy. It's like the ending is really screwed up. It's just like the Horus episode, man. Pony comes, gives us the boot. What happens? They end up taking a screwed up photo anyway. It's just like, damn, Pony, you saved the day in a sense, but not necessarily because a good photo was not taken. So it really didn't help. Like the whole freaking struggle was for nothing. Like in the Horus episode, the whole struggle of the plant was for nothing. Freaking Annie taking an L was for nothing because Pony doesn't even give a damn about the plant. Now, who's Horus? And he's playing with his yo-yo. So it's just like, come on, man. When will things freaking pan out for these guys, man? Like, come on. What are you guys doing here? I cannot say though that is bad for the episode in my opinion personally. Like overall, this episode is pretty darn enjoyable. I do have to say so myself. Like the comedy aspect of it is on par. It's like it's not the greatest episode out there, but it's one of those. Oh hey, it's Pony on TV, so let me watch it. Okay, it's the boot episode. I wish it was a different one, but you know what? Hey, I'll watch it because it's all right. It's not bad at all, in my personal opinion. Now, like I said, it's not anything too spectacular out there. The ending for sure is just like, oh man, let these guys get a W at least once in their lives. Okay, they still take a messed up picture, and I honestly think Pony's character, like, into your defense, you did, or to his defense rather, you did say that Annie kept interrupting him, which in a sense redeems him of not having to, play the dumb Patrick role or look like the dumb Patrick rather. Whereas he's just like, oh man, he can't be dependent on a think independently or anything like that. He can't be dependent on with coming up with plans and whatnot. Because at the end of the episode, he did save the day, which definitely counters everything that I said in a sense at the beginning of this video. So as a whole, good comedy episode was, kind of, funny in a sense. Characters were on point rather. And I do have to say, once Annie and them finally get a W, I'll give the show or episodes a higher rating. But this one I personally feel is a good 6.5, just like the Horus episode. What do you think?
Um, I agree with pretty much everything you just said, including the rating. So I give it a 6.5 as well.
All right. Well, I'm the cartoons kid, Ray Rawlins, and he's Alex Payne. And we both give this episode a 6.5. This has been our review of It's Pony. And this episode is called The Boot. This is the Cartoon Kid channel where we talk cartoons and we do it daily, baby, man. Toss your opinions down in the comments box below. Tell us if you liked it. Tell us if you hate it. And tell us what you would rate it. But until then, we will see you when we see you. Peace out, everybody.